Hello and welcome back to another episode of Elz Tells.
Elz Tells, Elz Tells, Elz Tells, what you telling? Yeah.
You never put enough of a...
You sound like a cat that's going to be sick when you do that.
You know. Today's episode is going to be...
Sad moments.
Oh.
full of sad moments.
We're going to be ranking Disney and Pixar saddest moments on our beautiful top 10 leaderboard. I've repurposed the corkboard for this episode. $1.99. Making sure I get my money's worth of this $1.99 I've spent. I have written out scenarios from all of the popular films, the saddest moments that I could think of / find. We are going to discuss where it should be on the top 10 leaderboard. There are also two...
10 being not so sad, 1 being
Yeah,
uber
exactly.
sad.
One is the top spot
What's
of
these
sad.
2 little stars?
And they are honourable mentions. So I think
We're only allowed 2?
Yeah, 2 honourable mentions. And we got a lot in this pile.
Yeah, you've got a pile there. I've not seen these. I don't know what's coming.
Yeah, Nikon has no idea what it is because obviously I prepped this thing. You just turn up and look cute. What I want to say though is thank you so much for listening, watching, commenting, subscribing, all of that good stuff because we see you, we love you. Thank you very much. We genuinely have so much fun making this podcast, don't we? So now all that's out of the way, let's get into the episode. Hey.
We're just going straight into it.
I'm going straight in. If you had to think now, the saddest moment from Disney or Pixar, what comes to mind?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe Up when Ellie dies. Maybe Bing Bong fading away. Maybe Toy Story toys being left behind.
Interesting. Because I don't think those are my top 1.
Do we need to do some mindfulness to get into a sad mindset first?
You want to get into a sad mindset? No.
I'm too pumped. Like I feel like if you show me like Mufasa dying, I'm too pumped to really take that in and measure how sad that is.
But it's just what your gut says when it comes up. Just think of horrible things. It's going to be a very light-hearted episode anyway, but you can let us know what you think. But to be honest, the idea of this episode came around because I saw other people ranking their saddest moments, and I'm like, what? That's not sad.
Are they miles off it, are they?
Yeah. I was just
What
a
were
bit
some people saying
confused.
the saddest moment is?
The first one people had in their top 10 saddest moments.
Hit me.
Luca leaving on the train.
I don't even remember that moment.
At the end of Luca.
I don't even remember that moment.
It's sad because basically he leaves Alberto behind, but Alberto stays with.
Oh yeah, he
with the
goes off
cute
with
guy.
Julia, his little mate to school, doesn't he?
So like it's sad, but people had that
No,
in their
that's-
top 10.
no,
that's not top 10
That's
sad.
0 sad. It's not even memorable. Like sad.
It's more emotional than sad. Luca leaving from the film Luca
Doesn't make the board.
does not make it.
Even with an empty board, it doesn't make the board.
No, I don't think it does.
So people had that in their top 10.
Yeah, I think that was someone's number 6.
Meh. Show me some real sad moments.
Next one. Inside Out 2, the anxiety scene. You know the bit where she's like...
That's not sad.
Are you joking? Yes, it is. You know, when she's like stuck on the
Yeah,
controls.
she's just totally wigging herself out.
But she can't get herself out of it. That is devastating.
I wasn't sat there being like, oh my God, this is so sad.
I was. You love that film as well.
Yeah, I exactly.
You're telling me that didn't get you emotional?
No.
What? I think that bit is the
Because it's
moment.
not really sad. It's like, It was just really chaotic. Like there was the orange circle around the desk and they had to like reach through it. It was more
but that's
tense.
why
It was like the Toy Story getting in the claw furnace bit.
No, the Inside Out 2 scene with anxiety is emotional. It is... I mean, maybe you just don't relate.
Are you saying it's top 10?
I would probably, at this point with a clear board, put it at like 8 or 9.
Number 10.
It's like low down, but it's in there.
I'll welcome it at number 10.
I'll welcome it at number 10.
But it's not staying long. We're thinking 10,
I think it is.
10 defining sad moments in Disney. All across Disney and Pixar.
That scene is more emotional because you go into your own emotions as you're watching it. So the scene provokes more inside than on screen. Boom.
Oh man,
That's deep.
Thinking way
That's
too
deep for
deeply
you.
on it. No,
that's the whole point.
I want
of
a
Pixar
simple
films.
moment that makes me want to cry. I don't want to
That
be.
does make me
I don't
wanna
want to be
cry.
reading deep into my own emotions on seeing what something just is. Oh,
You're shut down.
that's
You're like,
sad. That's making me feel sad.
my walls are up. I am guarded. Okay, well, I'm putting it at number 10 for now. And I think it may potentially stay there.
Across all, like if it was just Pixar, maybe. We're talking all Disney sad moments as well.
Yeah. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
This one was sad. It's Tarzan. It's Kerchak's last words, where he's like, "Take care of them, my son."
Yeah, that's sad.
When I was looking at these, I went back and watched a few of them to just see. That is one of the ones where I put it on and I just watched that part of Tarzan and I cried. Like, that's high for me at the Mo.
Do you see what I mean, though, about sad moment? But, like, anxiety popping off
Right.
is not the same as Kerchak closing his eyes forever. Devastating.
Definitely devastating. But this is one where whoever watches it on screen will be able to see that it's a sad moment. Whereas the Inside Out 2 anxiety one is more, like I say, it's about you and what you've been through.
It's poignant. It's not sad
Poignant.
moments.
Yeah.
Give me them sad, top 10 sad
so,
moments.
So where is Tarzan Kerchak going?
9 for
Not,
them.
no, it's higher than
I
that.
bet there's sad moments in that little pile.
So it can get bumped later if we think that. But I reckon, for me, you haven't seen that recently. I'm so tempted to get the iPad and make you watch it right now, see if you get a tear.
No.
That's how.
I don't cry.
You're like, I don't want to cry.
Number 9.
No, I'm going to put this at number 4.
That high?
100%. You haven't watched it in a long time, clearly.
You think it's top 5?
It's devastating. Devastating. And it's all that Tarzan wants is to be accepted into their world. And then at the very last minute, when he's the only one who can protect them, Kerchak dies.
Yeah, the moment of approval.
Number 4, I reckon.
I think that's maybe too high.
Frozen.
Frozen?
Frozen.
Frozen.
It sounds like some frozen yogurt brand. Frozen. Anne's frozen yogurts. What? Oh, God.
Anne's Frozen. Right.
Frozen 2, when Olaf melts away.
Oh, it's sad, but it's not.
What?
It's not sadder than Kerchak dying.
But no, wait. But I'll tell you why. Do you remember? He melts away, and then you see Anna's reaction. She thinks she's lost her sister and Olaf all in the same minute. She has that really dark song. It's one of the saddest songs in Disney. It's really dark.
I don't remember it.
I've seen dark before, but not like this. You know?
Yeah, but again, it just doesn't sit with me, such a memorable moment. I don't think it's sadder than Kerchak dying.
No, I don't think it's sadder than Kerchak dying. I did cry a lot.
I'd welcome it at number 9.
I cried significantly more than like the anxiety scene in Inside Out 2, so I feel like it needs to be number 8. Frozen 2.
Again, right, I tell you why it's not as sad, because I knew he was coming back. Kerchak, dead. Gone. I've not seen him again in the film after that moment.
And you know
I know Olaf's coming back.
And you know that anxiety is eventually going to get out of it, because all the other
nobody died.
There.
Yeah, no, so it wasn't sad. They're not 8 and 10 right now, not sad moments. I'm not saying this is just going to be a list of 10 people that died. But they often qualify for really sad moments.
So the Olaf melting one is one where I find it sad because it's Anna's reaction to it that makes me sad.
Yeah.
And it's her saying,
I don't even really remember the song though. Again, for me, it has to be really memorable, like
the next right thing.
Like,
just do the next right thing.
It wasn't gut punching. I'm thinking like top 10 sad Disney moments. Gut punch.
I was gut punched, but now if I watch it again, I'm not as sad. Whereas some of these, it recreates. I mean, I literally cried at Kerchak dying like 2 days ago because it keeps. But there is something to do with the 2D Disney magic.
Yeah.
That tends to make it sadder. I don't know why.
Because you know he's dying as well. You know Olaf's coming back for the end. For a big happy end of Frozen 2.
Well, not necessarily, but yeah, probs. The next one.
Go.
The opening scene of Finding Nemo.
Trauma.
Coral dies.
Barracuda attacks the...
Yeah. All the eggs.
All bar one eggs.
All of the Marlin Juniors. Gone in one bite.
All the Marlin Juniors.
Caviar.
Oh.
Genuinely, that is one of the ones where, so if I'm watching Finding Nemo, don't I always skip the first 5 minutes?
I would say it's more traumatic than sad. And we also don't really, so hear me out, we don't really see anything. He gets whipped by the tail on the Barracuda, he slams against a rock, then just opens his eyes.
What, so you want to see him chomping on some caviar?
I'm just saying, the sad moment is after some traumatic event. So it's like, it's Kerchak's last words, and then he closes his eyes.
No.
Peaceful sleep, or
sorry.
Or Marlin falls asleep, wakes up, and actually everyone's gone.
Let me tell you something. The first 5 minutes of Finding Nemo are heartbreaking. They put us straight in the film, and then it goes into Nemo's egg. Nemo's egg, the score starts playing, and it is the most beautiful, horrendous, gut-wrenching 5 minutes of any film, this would happily be my number 2.
Oh, that's high. Way too high.
Happily.
Way too high. Put it 3. Meet me somewhere.
It's the shock. I get goosebumps even just thinking about it. When he picks up the one remaining egg, turns it over, it has a little scratch, and he's like, Nemo. And he calls it Nemo because Coral wanted to call one of them Nemo, not Marlin Jr. And he calls that one Nemo.
Yeah, but it's like hopeful.
No, how is that
It's
hope?
a hopeful moment.
Everyone died, including his wife. Oh, how hopeful. He's got one left.
He's found one egg. It's better than none. Imagine if there were no eggs.
I find it so sad. I'm literally, can you see I'm tearing up?
No eggs.
Even thinking about it.
No eggs, we'd be going to the credits. Just it'll be a 5 minutes short. It'll be on the start of another Pixar film.
No, I think, right.
3. No, go 3.
I'll put it at 3, but I might put it higher later. I don't think you understand that.
If this was a Pixar, we're thinking Disney as well, and Disney's got tragic moments.
Finding Nemo opening scene is at 3. Ooh, this is a good one. Toy Story 4, when Bo tries to persuade Woody to go with her. You know the bit where they're under the car in the box. She's just been sold on like Facebook Marketplace. And she's like, toys get lost every day. And all that, isn't she? Being all manipulative.
You said it so sultry then, like convincing him to like cheat on Andy and run away with her.
No, but that's what she's like, isn't it?
No.
No, that's her voice. She goes, toys get lost every day. And she literally scooches over in the box.
Whoa.
Yeah. She's like, come and sit next to me.
Whoa.
I remember watching Toy Story 4, seeing that opening scene, feeling emotional already and being like, whoa, we're in for a roller coaster.
It's not that high. I mean, I'll stick it in 9 for now.
I think that's fair. Because I don't like sob my heart out, but I find it very sad. The fact that she's being sold, the fact that he doesn't go with her, kind of wants to, doesn't.
Again, it's not like a huge, impactful storyline changing moment. Do you know what I mean?
I think it's good at number 9. Well, it is a storyline changing moment because she disappears and then Woody ends up finding him later, you know?
Yeah.
Raya and the Last Dragon, the stone moment. So there are loads of moments in Raya and the Last Dragon.
What's the stone moment?
Well, because they all turn to stone, don't they? But I was referring to the moment at the very end.
Right, yeah.
Where all of the people that we've met along the way are turning to stone and you're relying on Namari to save them all.
Right, yeah.
Remember? And they choose to trust her and they all start turning to stone and you're like, oh my gosh.
A bit like the anxiety thing, because we're in the middle of such an action-packed scene, I'm not sat there feeling sad because it's so chaotic. We've got Droon popping it off, people turning to stone. It's so hyped that I'm not like, gosh, this is a really sad moment. I'm like, madness! This is a madness!
To be fair, I think the saddest moment in Raya and the Last Dragon for me, there are loads of like cute moments, but
it's the little onkies, isn't it? Or the little
there's the
little
moment,
monkeys.
Yeah, where the monkeys are trying to explain to Raya why the like karate baby is acting like that and on her own, and yeah, because obviously they can't talk.
They just do the gesture.
Because obviously everyone who turns to stone is doing that sort of like bowl with their hands kind of thing, isn't it? So they just do that instead.
Yeah, that's sadder than that. When the little monkey just stops and just puts his hands up like that. Nothing is said, and I know that the kid's got no parents.
Yeah.
That's more twinging sad.
All right, well, let's say that stone moment then. That's what we're talking about then. We'll change it. That's what it is.
Well, even so, I don't think that's making top 10 of all Disney and Pixar sad moments.
I think it's beautiful. Raya and the Last Dragon is so underrated and so beautiful. Okay, so it's not making the list, but much enjoy. Okay, oh my gosh. Dory's parents, purple shells.
Sad.
Finding Dory.
Now we're finally at some sad moments.
They are putting out the purple shells to lead her home. And at the very end, we see them and they are still gathering purple shells in soap and lotion to bring her home.
That's sad.
Devastating. I would put that above Olaf melting.
You're putting it at 7?
100%.
That is sadder than the Nemo opening scene.
No!
And sadder than Kerchak. Are you joking? When she sees the trail of purple shells leading back to... And their old parents are still there years later.
Yeah, but...
Still putting shells out
But they're
for her.
reuniting. Is she dead, though?
Oh, so you're saying death, it needs to be death for 5+.
No, but what I'm saying
Position's
is...
5 to 1.
To be fair, I would put that at 5. I would put that at 5.
For now, yeah, all right.
I wouldn't say it's as devastating as Kerchak dying because she's gone home. It's devastating that they've been there all that time. Gathering shells.
It's terrible.
Lying
It's
them
so
out.
sad. And because it's not a massive action scene, you're really poignantly taking it in.
I seem to remember that moment being quite silent in the film
Yeah.
as well. And I love when films do that because you just focus in on it. There's no like crazy massive music behind it. There might be a tiny bit of score or piano, but like it's not too much and it really pulls you in. It's like, you know, in Harry Potter when Sirius Black falls into the veil and it goes silent instead and you can tell Harry's screaming but he is silent. That's devastating. Beautiful cinema. Okay, so Dory's parents putting out purple shells. Let's go to number 5. Lilo and Stitch, the hammock scene. You know when she's like, aloha, oi, and she's talking about like being apart and like loving her because she's about to be taken away by social services.
Oh, right, okay.
Cobra bubbles.
Yeah, between her sister and Lilo. Nani and Lilo.
Yeah.
I was trying to think and I was like, Lilo and Stitch, what sad moment is there in that? I think
There's loads of sad moments in Lilo and Stitch. Are you kidding? Even the bit at the end where he's like, can Stitch say goodbye?
Again, but that feels like so good. That's like good feels. Feel good moment.
No, it's devastating. He's about to be taken back to the alien planet.
Yeah, but you know he's going to stay. This is probably a sadder moment.
She's literally going to be taken away by social services and this is
Nani
their
and
final
Lilo.
goodbye. And they sing that beautiful song. What's more sad to you, Olaf Mountain or the Lilo and Stitch hammock scene?
Lilo and Stitch hammock scene.
I feel more impacted by the hammock scene. So I put it at 7.
Because it feels possible. Like, it's possible that, like, Lilo... Because you could still have a Lilo and Stitch film with her being taken away from Nani.
Oh, now this scene where Quasimodo is treated horribly at the Festival of Fools. It's awful. It actually breaks my heart, and I genuinely find it hard to watch that part of Hunchback of Notre Dame because of how awful they are to him. I've always been sensitive to that like bullying thing. Like I hate it. So I feel like awful. So sad.
Is it top 10 saddest moments?
He has always wanted nothing but to leave. That's how we're. He finally does. And then he's proved wrong because he's always told, oh, if you go out there, people will be horrible to you, blah, blah, blah. And so he finds the confidence, goes out there, and then they are horrible to him, which is terrible.
Honourable mention?
No, I would put that in there.
All right, put it as 6 for now.
That, for me, is one of the saddest moments.
Yeah.
I find it horrible. Next up, we have Lilo and Stitch again, but it's the Ohana bit where he's telling everyone at the end what he's learned, and he's like, Ohana means family. Family means nobody gets left behind.
I feel like we've already got Lilo and Stitch on the list, and we don't need it again. And
so, yeah, but which one do you find sadder, the hammock scene or the Ohana
the
scene?
The hammock scene.
Okay, fair enough then. Ooh, we're getting tasty. Brother Bear, the reveal of the mum's death.
Yeah, that is sad.
That's horrendous.
That's sad.
Horrific. When literally...
Coda's little face.
Yeah, Coda's face. Oh, I've got goosebumps. Look at my goosebumps.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah, that's 100%. That's high on the list.
Sad moments.
Brother Bear is an underrated Disney film. I want to do a whole episode on underrated Disney films because that is a masterpiece and I will be taking no questions.
No, it's a good film.
Where is this going?
Put it at 2 for now.
I don't know if I would find it sadder than the Nemo opening scene. That devastated me. That haunted me.
I think put it at 2 for now and we can readjust.
So the reveal of the mum's death is number 2.
That is sad. I think that is the saddest moment on this list right now. I think that's sadder than Finding Nemo opening scene.
Yeah, to be fair, because you get Coda's face.
Coda's face.
Devastating. Tell everybody I'm on my way because I accidentally killed your mom. It's so bad. Coda's been hopeful about seeing the mum. I'll tell you what as well. I never saw that coming. Did you see that coming?
Well, he was obviously going to find out because we see Kenai.
No, but what I mean is, I didn't know, but we don't know that it's the mum. We see him killing some random bear that looks really scary. We don't know it's Coda's mum. I had no idea it was going to be Coda's mum.
Yeah, true. Yeah, no, we don't get the explanation until later.
And so
film.
For me, that is one of like the big plot twists where I was on the floor. Like, what? Elemental, Wade's sacrifice.
Sad.
Horrendy. Do you remember me in the cinema?
I thought he was goner. And I really wish he was a goner.
No.
That would have made it sad. That would have been like, my goodness, this is sad.
Do you remember me in the cinema?
Yeah.
I lost my mind.
I felt cheated at how sad I got when he came back. I was just like, he came back. Why did I get so sad? Well, if he was gone, it'd be like, my gosh, this is so sad.
I disagree. I'll tell you for why. The way they brought him back was genius.
It was good.
And you hear him crying, and it links in the bit earlier on when they're playing the game. Like, the way that is written is excellent. It's not like, oh, and now he's back.
No, yeah, no, I'm happy with how they brought him back. No, that's totally fair. But I do still wish, if someone's gone, they're gone, and it's so sad. It's so poignant. You shouldn't be able to get people back, like, once they're gone.
I would put it above Quasimodo being treated horribly.
Yeah, defo.
So are we bumping everything down? So the Inside Out 2 anxiety scene is gone.
I think it's sadder than Purple Shells.
You think it's sadder than Dory's Purple Shells?
I think so.
And I remember coming out of Elemental and needing to cry more. And to be honest, I think him coming back made me even more emotional, because then you get to watch it all play out with her dad, and it's not a focus then on, oh, Wade's dead. It's a focus on, okay, that was a close one. Now what are we going to do to improve all of our lives?
Like, because for me, I thought the whole point was that, because when he went, she then told her dad, I don't want to run your shop. And I thought that was such the sad lesson that she experienced what Wade lost. He lost his dad, and she couldn't then tell him that she loved him.
As soon as you add Wade dying, it then becomes another door that can be opened of that it was kind of the dad's fault, and that they weren't accepting of the water guy, blah, blah, blah. No, that would not have worked the same. This way, they've had the beautiful lesson, but both families accept the other one. That's the point. They accept each other, and then they get to go and travel together, and they bring the best out of each other. That's the point. Not the point of, oh, how devastating, he's dead. And I think Pixar do that enough. Pixar give us enough death. Disney give us enough death. I don't need it. I'm fine with Wade.
Hit me with another moment.
Onward, Barley and the dad at the end.
Sad. Again, for me, two in the middle of an action scene. We've got a massive concrete school dragon that's just been taken out. Right in the end of it, it's like, Dad's here for like 1 second, and it's like, Barley, you go see him. It's not like iconic sad.
For me it is, because I love the fact that you get the perspective from Ian. So he's only seeing the tiny bit. Remember, he's trying to climb up to catch a glimpse of his dad.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that's part of that moment.
Yeah, I know, but it's not like, when I look at this list, Brother Bear, Coda's little face after he's been told.
It's not that high,
yeah.
But I would put it low down on the list. I find that sadder than Bo trying to persuade Woody to leave.
Yeah, than sultry Bobby. The toys get lost every day.
Dad, just follow me.
Just come with me.
So I'm happy to put it at number 10. Yeah?
Yeah, defo.
Big Hero 6. Tadashi is here.
Oh, stop.
So, because there are so many moments in Big Hero 6 that could be considered sad. Like the bit right at the end, where he's like, I will always be with you, and all that. But this is the bit where he sort of reruns the memories of Tadashi, and he goes, Tadashi is here. It's helping him sort of work through the grief.
Again, the reason why I like it is because he's died and he stayed dead. Like, is it Hero?
Hero.
Then carries on his brother's work. I almost want to make that number 10, and Onward then becomes an honourable mention.
You don't think Tadashi is here is more sad than Olaf melting?
I personally think it's sadder than Olaf melting.
Yeah, so do I.
Okay, well, it's climbing.
Yeah, I think it deserves to be a bit higher. I think I cried more at this than I did about Quasimodo being treated horribly.
I think we put it then at 6, actually, and we move everything else at 1.
Just looking at this list, I'm just seeing all of my emotional scars. I've just put up the whole first bit.
Yeah, sorry.
Just the whole first bit.
Just might need to reshuffle straight away off the bat.
First bit.
We've just reshuffled, and now we've got to reshuffle. That's 1 on this list so far, isn't it?
No.
Are you joking? The first 5 minutes of Up is universally accepted as trauma.
Yeah, trauma. But if I think about how much I cried and how much I still cry, we're talking rewatchable cry as well.
I put that on right now, you cry.
I cried more. I cried more at these two. So Brother Bear revealing the mum's death, and when all of Nemo's brothers and sisters...
It can't be lower than 3rd. If you asked anyone a sad moment and said the start of Up, I guarantee everyone puts that first.
I think it's 3rd.
You think it's 3rd?
I think it's 3rd.
Can we go 2nd and meet in the middle?
No. I don't think that's sadder than the Finding Nemo opening scene.
I think it is.
There's a reason why Finding Nemo is ranked so highly on my top Pixar films. And it's because...
I think universally the Up first 5 minutes...
I'm not on about universally.
...would be...
I don't care about universally. Do you know what I care about? How I feel.
This is your controversial list. I think Up is sadder than Finding Nemo. The first 5 minutes of both films, if I were to compare them. We see a whole life with Ellie and Carl, and she gets sick and dies. That's tragic. And a fish.
No, I cried more at the bit where they can't have kids than when she dies. And I'll tell you what it is as well. It's more the subtle things that they do, like
Sitting on his own.
how she changes the tie every day and all that.
Yeah.
And then what happens?
Same tie.
No. What happens?
Oh, was there no tie?
No.
Yeah.
It's a bow tie.
Oh, a bow tie, yeah.
Because he can't tie a tie because she's always done it for him. Yeah, it's quite sad now think about it.
It's number 1.
I think 3.
No,
it's definitely not 1.
I'm dying on a sword.
It's not 1.
2.
Okay, I say we just bump everything down then.
Onward onto honourable mentions.
That's fine.
What we need is actually probably a magnetic board, don't we?
I haven't got the budget for that. What kind of podcast do you think this is? So the whole first bit of Up is now number 2.
Everything else has been bumped down 1.
Bruno being behind the wall in Encanto. So this bit...
That's not that sad.
Are you kidding me?
No.
When you realise he's been there all along, he's drawn his own plate on the table. He has that tiny gap that he looks through at tea time.
Peeping.
He's peeping Bruno.
Why didn't he come out? Like, why didn't he just... Ta-da?
Because everyone was blaming him for all the bad stuff that happened because he was the guy with the visions, remember?
Right.
And he didn't want to be away from his family, but he also was away from his family and was behind the wall. I cried so much at that in the cinema. Mirabelle realises that he's been there all along and he's literally got all of his stuff set up to still be near his family, even though they don't accept him and he's been like cast out. Devastating.
You think that's making this list?
Yeah.
Where?
100%. I'd put it at number 8. So I think it's sadder.
Straight swap?
I think it's sadder than Quasimodo being treated horribly. If you want me to go straight swap, I'll happily
I think that's fair. Straight
sacrifice. Swap. I think I can see that because the Quasimodo being treated horribly thing is more of a, like not necessarily a cry moment. It's more of a, this is really sad and I hate it moment.
Yeah, feels bad moment.
The Encanto river scene. This was on a lot of people's lists.
And we got the song, isn't it? The song's playing. It's like...
Yes. No?
No.
For me, the sadder moment of that is when he's behind the wall. I cried more at that bit than I did at the whole river scene.
What it kind of like, I know what it's giving you. It's like it's explaining where the candle comes from. It explains why the grandma, why the grandma is the way she is.
Right.
But I feel like the grandma's so annoying.
You don't care about her trauma.
I don't care about her backstory. Yeah, I'm just like, you're so mean to everyone.
Bambi's mum, shot, dead.
Oh, that is trauma, but... Hear me out.
Oh no.
Is that just too old of a moment?
Well, I haven't watched it recently, so I can't remember if it impacts me. I wonder if, because you don't really see it, it's sad because it's tragic. It's more tragic than I'm crying. Do you know what I mean?
I think if you were to put that up against Mufasa's death,
Mufasa
wins all day long.
100%.
And I'm going to kind of only compartmentalise and allow one animal, like big animal moment death. Obviously, no, obviously we've got Brother Bear.
You've got Brother Bear, you've got Finding Nemo, you've got Tarzan.
Right, okay, no, I'm thinking of like those two old styly films.
What, you mean like Brother Bear and Tarzan?
All right, like, I don't want Bambi's mum in there. I don't care about it. That's what I'm saying.
Controversial corner's already here. I don't care about Bambi's mum.
I just don't care about that moment.
I struggle to rewatch / enjoy Bambi because of these moments. I love Flower and Thumper in that film, and like there's a lot to love about it. But yeah, as a sad moment, I'm happy to just forget that ever existed because it's so tragic.
Yeah, I just don't find it that sad.
Okay, this one is horrendous. Fox and the Hound when Todd gets abandoned.
There we are. That's a sad moment.
That for me, that's number 1.
That's not sad. That's harrowing.
That's number 1.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
I
Utterly harrowing.
I struggle to rewatch Fox and the Hound because he gets abandoned.
Yeah, harrowing.
I could cry now. That's how it feels.
I do think though. I think the Fox and Hound needs to go to 1, and I think the Brother Bear needs to maybe jump to 3 because I still think the Up first 5 minutes is second.
Excuse me. Then what do you think he'll do with Finding Nemo?
Finding Nemo goes down to 4th.
Don't you dare.
It's not that sad. The Finding Nemo opening 5 minutes.
Yes,
Marlin sleeps through the whole thing. He just wakes up. There's an egg left, which is better than no egg. So
oh no.
Finding Nemo intro is not that sad. Fox and Hound, that's 1.
Nemo.
Yeah,
it's
like, hopeful.
Daddy's here.
Wonderful.
Daddy's got you.
Yeah, exactly. One hopeful
Nemo.
moment.
Hopeful
music. Wonderful
While I get
score.
my tissues out.
Yeah. No, Finding Nemo needs to come down to 4th. Up stays 2nd.
I'm not happy about it.
Brother Bear Coda, I think, needs to go to 3rd, and then in at the top comes Fox and Hound.
Olaf Melts is off of the list. I remember getting Louis, our friend Louis, to watch it. Do you remember? Way back in college.
Yeah.
And me being like, you go away and watch Fox and the Hound.
Did he do it?
Yeah. He was like, it's devastating. Fox and the Hound, Todd being abandoned is number 1. I think that's going to be hard to top. Okay.
Next.
Toy Story 3, Andy gives toys to Bonnie.
That's sad. That's beautiful.
Do you know what's even sadder? She doesn't even care about Woody in the next film.
I'm trying to think to that moment. Is that a sad moment or is that a powerful moving on? No. Was I sad?
Yeah. Do you know why? He gives them away and then they're all sat there and they're like, so long, partner.
Yeah, that's when he's actually driving away. Because obviously,
it's that whole scene that I'm on about.
Yeah, because he plays with them in the garden for a bit and it's all, again, it's quite hopeful and it's like, oh, he's playing with them one last time. I'm thinking that.
Oh, it's so sad.
That second as he actually drives away into the distance. Yeah, that's sad.
Sad moments, we learnt this from Inside Out. Sad moments can be happy moments. They can be tinged with both.
It's definitely top 3, I think. Does it actually need to go under Fox and the Hound as the second saddest moment? Andy driving away and leaving the toys.
I think so. If I'm thinking what I had more of an emotional attachment sadness to, Toy Story 3, giving away the toys, is more than
For me at the time as well, it was actually like that's the end of the trilogy. Not just like, this is a sad moment. That was almost like, I've grown up watching Toy Story 1 and 2, and like now we're at Toy Story 3. And
well, we grew up at the perfect time with the Toy Story films. Where they were at in their lives is where we were at.
I remember sitting there feeling like...
So is this number 2?
That's the end of Toy Story now. Yeah, number 2, yeah, because I think it was really sad.
Yeah. Toy Story 3, the furnace scene. When those toys look at each other and hold hands with each other to accept their fate of being burned.
Your hands are really cold.
Yeah. To accept their fate of being burned, I'm sobbing.
Hear me out. We can only allocate 1 for Toy Story 3.
What?
We can't have multiple Toy Story 3s going on.
Well, if it was me, I would definitely put that on the list.
It's nowhere near as sad as Andy driving away and leaving the toys and the so long partner.
Okay, fair.
That's a chin wobbler.
Yeah, it is.
Them in the furnace.
My chin's already gone.
And again, the same justification I've used for other moments. It's right in the middle of like an action scene.
That's what gives it the impact.
Too much is popping off for me to be feeling sad.
No. That's what gives it the impact. Because you're like,
when they reach out and hold each other's hands.
Right, that's the point.
Right, honourable mention.
That's my honourable mention over Onward every single day.
But again, nobody died. Did anybody die?
Did you die?
Did you die? No one died.
It doesn't matter. No one died when Todd got abandoned. But it was devastating.
Oh, it's harrowing though.
That old lady took in that poor fox, domesticated it, gave it a nice bed and cuddles by the fire, and then went, you know what? I'm done.
Horrendous.
Dropped it in the woods and drove away.
Wasn't it for his safety though, so he wouldn't be hunted?
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, that's quite a nice...
No, it's not.
That's quite a nice thing she did.
You're sending him to almost certain death. He doesn't know how to hunt. He's a domesticated fox.
Yeah, but he would have been hunted as his next door neighbour.
I'm sorry, but that old woman... Move house. Literally move house.
Yeah, but what you can do if she died tomorrow? She died, and then now Todd's right next to Copper.
If that was my cat, right, and there was someone next door being like, oh, I'm going to hunt it, you know what I'd do? Move house. I'm not dropping it in the woods, am I? Am I? Toy Story 2, Jessie, When She Loved Me.
Oh, that's sad.
When she
loved
me. I'll tell you why. I got goosebumps.
That's the Randy Newman song.
So good.
Yeah.
It's all of the elements. It's what you've got on screen. It's the connection to the characters. It's letting you understand Jessie and where she's coming from and why she's so desperate for Woody to stay. It is the song, the visuals, like all of that montage is just perfection.
Give me the high note.
Through the summer and the fall. Through the summer and the fall. I went for like so. I could do it loud, but I don't want to.
Go for it. Full belt it.
I literally can't get enough breath. Through.
Come on, sing for your supper. If this needs to come on the list, sing for it.
Through the summer and the fall. That's
right,
my opera voice.
You've earned its place. Go for it.
Thank you.
It's on the list. Bruno Behind the Wall is not sad. Bump it down. I think
it's sadder than Purple Shells, sadder than Fading Away. I think it's sadder than Tarzan. I'd put this at number 6.
Yeah, everything else bumps down. And Bruno Behind the Wall is gone. That's not that sad moment.
We don't talk about Bruno, apparently. Okay, ready for the next one. Coco singing Remember Me.
Oh, to Grandma.
Yeah.
No, that's sad. That's top 3 sad.
Mama Coco.
Yeah, no, that's sad. That's sad.
But I'll tell you what it is as well. It's It's all of it. It's the family watching him sing.
Oh,
It's all of it.
stop. No, I'll tell you what's sadder after that is when you get to the end and you see her picture on the ofrenda.
No, but then you
Chin
see
wobbler.
her. You see her walking with Hector.
With Hector.
And it's adorable. So no, I think this bit is sadder. I think Remember Me is sadder.
Coco's a chin wobbler, that's for sure. That's a bottom lipper. That.
So hard to cope with. I think that's sadder than
It is
and
sadder
then
than Up. I think it's third. And I think almost then everything needs to bump down. Oh, that's such a
Then
shame
Tadashi is here, is gone.
Yeah, no, and I
Unless
don't
you
want it to
change
go.
it to...
Okay, Tadashi is here, then knocks off Quasimodo. The Up bit is like now in fourth. Does that feel right?
Yeah. I cried so much at Remember Me. And I'll tell you what else. I re-cry every single time I watch Coco. Every time. I can't escape it. When he's singing to Mama Coco. Coco, Remember Me is at number 3. See, I don't think it's right that Nemo's opening scene is number 6.
Yeah, I think that's right. I think that's roughly where it is.
It is
here?
time.
It is time. Is this
It
Mufasa?
is time. Mufasa's death.
That is one, isn't it?
No.
No, I'm sorry.
No.
Let me call Mum and Dad up here.
No.
That's one.
No.
One.
Fox and the Hound. Todd being abandoned.
All right, then it's second. Mufasa's death is
Yeah,
tragic.
it's second, definitely.
Mufasa's death is the ultimate sad plot-driving mechanism. Sad moment because we love Mufasa, and he's gone. We don't
I
see
do
him.
love Mufasa.
I think that is one. I think that is
but
the saddest
no, but the thing is, though, I can still watch Lion King. It's awful, but I can still watch it. Fox and the Hound, I can't. Turn that off.
Yeah, but he didn't die.
Turn it off. That's why it's more sad, because there was a choice. He could have been kept around.
There was a choice. Scar let go of Mufasa.
No, that was evil plot. I mean, he's been ripped away from Simba, not by choice. Todd?
No, just think of little Simba going up and nudging his dead dad.
Just think of little Todd watching the only woman he's ever loved drive away.
In a little car, a little banger.
Like, boop, boop, in Brum. No, I think number 2 is fair.
I'm sad. I don't like it. I don't agree with it. But I'll do it.
Purple Shells
It's
has
gone.
to be... Oh, surely it has to be somewhere. I find Purple Shells sadder than Tadashi is here.
No, I think Tadashi's here needs to stay on there.
That means When She Loved Me is down to number 8. That doesn't feel
I know,
right.
Finding Nemo is 7.
But then you look at what's in front, and you're like, oh yeah. There's just too many devastating moments. But I have made it hard for us because I've purposely done Disney and Pixar. Lots of people just do Saddest Pixar, but I feel like that was cheating.
Oh, it's cheating. Yeah, no.
You gotta mix them. Ray's funeral in Princess and the Frog.
Oh, that's sad.
So we're talking all the fireflies together, but then they do look up and see the 2 stars and he's with Evangeline.
Yeah, it's not... I'm sorry, not what's on this board right now.
Do you know what I appreciate, though? I appreciate that Shadow Man actually crushed him. He actually died. It's so...
This is what I'm talking about. Death.
Give us
Death.
death.
Don't give me just temporary off-screen time.
Right.
Bless Ray, he got stomped on by the Shadow Man.
It was so bad.
But when he appeared as a star next to Evangeline, I'm like, well, that's what we wanted anyway.
Beautiful. People don't talk about that moment enough, though, in Princess and the Frog. I think that is one of the
What's cute is
best
that he did it
moments.
in a sacrificial moment.
It's amazing. Not enough people talk about that moment, so I did want to put it in, but there you go. This was on a lot of people's list. Grandma Tala's death in Moana.
No!
I find it sad, but not compared to all of these on this list.
Again, that's almost like...
She comes back 2 minutes later as a
She
stingray.
comes back 2 months later, yeah.
And then she's
sits
a
on the end
force
of a
ghost.
boat. I
She's
know.
a force ghost.
I know a girl from an island. It makes the whole family proud. It moves
Okay.
it moves the plot forward. That's
Fine.
like it's like a mechanism. It's a moment.
Fine.
And it's like it's upbeat anyway because she like whispers in her ear.
Yeah,
she's
run,
like,
go.
She's like, go now and take the and she puts the stone in the necklace.
Yeah.
And puts it in the necklace. And
I
then
do have
like
goosebumps.
I know,
Great moment.
but as Moana is sailing from the island, this big like blue light comes in and
Yeah.
pushes her along outside the reef.
The call isn't up there at all.
It's a massive hopeful moment. I'm not sat there sobbing.
Okay.
Like Mufasa's death.
Okay, I've got one.
Go.
This is one of the only ones where it is not a live action as in a remake, but it's a film that isn't animated. Bridge to Terabithia.
That's tragic.
She
That's tragic.
dies.
I'll tell you what, it's sad, but we don't see it. Like
What,
they just tell
upstairs?
her. They just tell him, don't they? It's the little boy, isn't it?
But that's what makes it more sad.
And he's
he should have been there. He wasn't there. She's trying to cross the bridge to Terabithia on her own, and she's died.
So sad.
It's so
That
sad.
is so sad.
I think I'm
Then-
happy with it being an honourable mention because it doesn't suit the list. I just wanted to
No.
mention it.
I think it is. Could it take number 9? Tarzan, Kerchak dying. I mean, Bridge
Yeah,
to
fair.
Terabithia is
All right, if it's
sad.
on the list, it's on the list. And Elemental Wade's sacrifice can go. Even though I do think that is one of the most poignant, sad moments ever. Bridge to Terabithia. I watched that film thinking it was going to be chill, thinking it was going to be inspiring, all of that. And it hit me like a ton of bricks. I couldn't believe that they'd done that to me. Sulley and Boo saying goodbye.
Sulley and Boo. Sulley and Boo.
Boo. Oh, why have I put Bo on there?
Sulley and Boo. Sulley and Boo.
You got a pen.
That's a real sad moment.
I've spelled it wrong. Sulley and Boo, when they say goodbye to each other.
Oh.
The problem is, because we know the outcome now, it's harder to see that as sad, because obviously at the end, she goes, Kitty, and
I know.
kind of comes back. I think it's really sad because he knows what's going on and she doesn't quite get it for a while. But it doesn't make the list above Kerchak dying, above Bridge to Terabithia.
It does, you know.
What?
I think it might take number 10. Sulley saying goodbye to Boo. To Boo.
Kerchak dies.
Oh, but that's sad when Sulley says goodbye.
I don't think that's sad. I think that's emotional. I'm not like sobbing my heart out at that. Tarzan,
Fair. All right.
I am.
Go on.
Dumbo visiting his mother when she's in the prison and it's the trunk coming out and they're crying and it's like, baby mine. That's going on this list. High on this list.
Oh, it's just 2 trunks.
Dumbo's mother sacrifices herself, gets beat up by the circus ringleader peeps, right? And is put in jail. And then Dumbo goes to visit her.
Put yourself back in jail.
Exactly. And then Dumbo goes to visit her.
Yeah, and it's just 2 trunks.
She holds him in a trunk. I'm sorry, it's going on the list. It's taken out Kerchak dying.
Really?
It's going above Bridge to Terabithia.
Really?
You need to rewatch that film. When was the last time you watched Dumbo?
A while ago. But
There
I
you go.
I never
doing
cared
it.
about it. I just never cared about that moment.
I'm doing it.
What, have we just said
Devastating.
goodbye to Kerchak dying?
Yeah.
There's only one moment left.
What do you think it is?
It's Bing Bong.
It is.
'Cause it has
is
to be.
Bing Bong's sacrifice. Bing Bong fading away.
That really did get me. I don't know why it just caught me off guard.
It's because...
Bing Bong fading away. And again, a death. Not
Are you
not
crying?
Like, it proper got me, Bing Bong fading away.
The thing is, it's because he goes, take her to the moon for me,
Oh,
okay?
stop. It's almost top 3.
My heart is ripped.
I think it is top 3. And maybe Andy giving the toys to Bonnie needs to come down. And everything come down.
I agree with that.
And Bridge to Terabithia then gets knocked.
Bing Bong fading away is one of the reasons I don't rewatch Inside Out. I can't do it.
It's savage.
I just can't do it.
It's so bad. It's such a sad moment.
Do you know what I think is going to happen? I think in Inside Out 3, they're going to bring him back. Do you know what with?
What?
Nostalgia. They drop the hint in Inside Out 2 where she walks in and they're like, not yet nostalgia, you're however many years too early. I'm telling you, nostalgia is going to bring back Bing Bong.
I still prefer your jogging memory
So
theory.
do I. If you want to hear about that theory, you can go and watch our top 10 Pixar movies podcast episode. But yeah, the idea of having a memory jogged and all that, I genuinely think that they'll bring him back with nostalgia. And I hope
Where are we putting
they
that?
do.
We're putting that 3rd.
Yeah.
Everything else down 1.
100%, I reckon.
Bridge to Terabithia didn't last long.
So here is the final top 10 Disney and Pixar saddest moments list. Starting with the honourable mentions, Nikon.
Big Hero 6, Tadashi is here. And the Toy Story 3 furnace scene.
Where they're like holding hands and that. And it's devastating, accepting their fate. Number 10 is when Dumbo visits his mum in jail.
In jail. Number 9 is Toy Story 2, Jessie. When she loved me.
What was that?
When she loved me.
Do that again.
When she
Why did you actually do it again?
loved me.
When she loved me. Number 8 is Finding Nemo, the whole opening scene where the caviar is had.
I'm glad it's down as far as 8. Because I don't think it was that sad.
For me, that was one of the most impactful, sad, emotional scenes ever. And I think it is the perfect opening and it helps you connect with Marlin and Nemo straight away. I love it.
Number 7, Brother Bear, the reveal of Coda's mum's death.
Oh.
His little face.
Number 6, Up, the whole first bit.
Number 5 for us, Coco, Remember Me, when he sings it to
Mama
Nana.
Coco.
Mama Coco.
Number 4, Toy Story 3, when Andy gives the toys away and drives off and they're like, so long, partner.
That's sad.
End of an era vibes. That's why it hits.
Number 3, Bing Bong's sacrifice. Take it to the moon for me.
That bit, honestly, when he fades away to nothing and then, but it's because Joy doesn't realise. Do you remember?
I found it spicy, yeah. I can't lie. Why is it spicy?
I'll tell you what it is. You see them try a couple of times.
Yeah.
Bing Bong realises they ain't both going to make it.
So he jumps off.
He jumps off.
Without her knowing.
She's up there buzzing. He's going, woohoo! And then you're like, what? Where is he? Turn around. Fades away. Stop it. Pass me a Kleenex. Number 2, Mufasa's death. Honestly,
universally accepted as sad.
That's the one that I think everyone would think of when they think of sad Disney moments.
I think that's real number 1.
No.
I know
No.
you don't consider it number 1. I think on average everyone would put that above what we've got in number 1.
Number 1 is
Fox and Hound, Todd being abandoned.
Mufasa. He died. Horrible, hard to come to terms with, but it is that circle of life thing. It does happen. With number 1, Todd gets abandoned, so there was a choice there that was made. I found that more scarring to me than Mufasa's death. But I can't believe you didn't find the Dumbo visiting his mother bit sad. That's horrendous.
Leaves me cold.
So there we go. That is the list of our top 10 saddest Disney and Pixar moments. We just have time for Controversial Corner. Controversial Corner. We bring a controversial statement every week and discuss it.
My controversial corner is that they don't make Disney villains like they used to. Latest Disney villains, pants, in comparison to, and let me list them first, Shan Yu, Judge Claude Frollo.
Oh, bad
We're
baddie.
talking bad baddies. Name me the latest villains, which are on par with the bad boys.
I think they tried to do it with Magnifico in Wish. He was bad.
Yeah.
He had the classic elements of a baddie in terms of like the way they did it, becoming obsessed with magic and that kind of stuff. Like I think they tried to make it classic, but they didn't go bad enough.
Yeah, he's not an inch on Judge Claude on Judge Claude Frollo. He literally kills Quasimodo's mum
It's awful.
on the steps of Notre Dame.
Yeah.
And
Horrendous.
we're like, whoa,
Horrendous.
this guy's bad. Like Tarzan, Sabor, the jaguar.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
Proper baddie. Or Clayton with his shotgun. Gorilla.
But
He's terrifying.
I'm trying to think of recent films where there's a villain anyway. Because, for example, in things like Elemental or whatever, there isn't a villain. It's Pixar, but there isn't a villain.
Moana 2 as well, right? When I loved Moana 2.
Right.
The villain was just a storm. A storm god in the sky. But
yeah, that's true. Because, well, the villain was revealed after the credits, wasn't it?
Almost like a Thanos post-credit scene.
Yeah.
And I'm just, like I said, when I even think of Tarzan and how scary Clayton and Sabor is, proper scary villains throughout the whole film. And you're really nervous when they're on screen.
I do think there has been a trend recently of giving us some understanding of a villain, where you're given their like backstory, so you understand where they're coming from.
I don't care for that. Shan Yu doesn't need a backstory.
Right.
He's a Hun and he's come to invade China. We don't need to know Shan Yu's backstory. But do you agree with my fundamentally with my controversial statement?
Well, I do prefer when a villain is a villain.
They don't make them like they used to.
Like they're not apologetic that they're bad. Sometimes they're just bad. You know, like Ursula is just bad. She just takes souls. Yeah. She takes what she wants.
I love Ursula.
She's just bad. She doesn't need some big dramatic backstory about how she's never been loved or.
Yeah. I don't need to know why she's bad. She's just like this big dark goddess and sea queen, you know, and she's terrifying.
I liked it for a bit when they gave us the opposite point of view and all that. I loved Maleficent and seeing it from Maleficent's point of view in a live action. What I like is when the live actions give us a different way to think about things. That's cool.
Because it's like an adaptation, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah, a take.
Because I feel like that then gives us a purpose and a reason behind a live action film. They're not just making it for the sake of it. Yeah, I kind of agree. Give us a bad baddie.
Think of Hades even. In Hercules. We don't need a story of why Hades is Hades.
Lady Tremaine, the ugly stepsisters. Yeah. They're just horrible to Cinderella. Well, in which case then, that is the end of the episode. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget you can let us know down below your top 10 saddest Disney Pixar moment.
I want to know if people agree with Mufasa not being first.
No, I don't think people will agree. But that's fine, because you know what? This is my feelings. It's called Elz Tells, not the comments tells. No, I do want to know what you think. It's just, for me personally, Todd being abandoned has left a scar. And when I see that freeze frame of that, I'm devastated. Devastated. Whereas I can still watch Lion King. I can get past it. There's a lot to enjoy around it. And technically he comes back in the sky. We're talking about bringing them back. Is he dead? Or does he come back in the stars in the sky? Yeah, it is.
That's a few stars talking.
No, he comes back and he's like, remember who you are.
He says like 3 words. Remember who you are.
He's back then, isn't he?
And we're not even really sure if it is him or just a vision.
He's back. The Dark Lord.
Yeah.
Don't forget, you can follow us everywhere, like it. You can also follow me on Instagram at elz.smart. We do music together if you want to hear us sing, because we had some great singing moments during this podcast.
I showed you our best bits.
Once you love me.
I think we leave it there.
Yeah. Right, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.